Justice Krishna Iyer's various important judgments we have to remember today. He was 100 years when I met him in Kerala. We had a Kerala Alumni Association meet of Bharati Vidyapeeth Law College students. I had the opportunity, and I will accept here, that it was a divine blessings that I could meet him in person and I could talk to him. And at that time also, when he gave me an autograph, and in that autograph he wrote, "I salute Indian Constitution, Justice Krishna Iyer." These were the words which he wrote at the age of 100 years. That much passion, that much love and affection he had for Indian Constitution. He said that if the lawyer of India has to give justice to the people, they must first read the Constitution of India. I had opportunity to talk to him in that Kerala alumni chapter. He that time also told me that people who give justice to the common man, God gives them blessings and they get longest life. And who else can have that life of 100 years other than Justice Krishna Iyer? Even on the last day of his more than 100 years which he completed, he was in a position to talk, he was walking, he was knowing everything what was happening around, and he was on his senses. He had opportunity to give various legal discourses even when he was of 100 years of age, and he was telling only one thing to the people, that whatever lawyering you are doing, do it lawyering not only for rich people, give some 10 or 20% for the poor people for the cause of social justice. And that was the message which he gave. I accept here that I was the first recipient of Justice Krishna Iyer Innovative Award in the fields of academics. When he was the age of 100 years, he bestowed that award on me in Kerala in presence of the Chief Justice of Kerala in Kochi in 2014. It's not that an honor was given or award was given. What he was interested was, he had a word to say that justice starts from law school. If you teach the students that what is law and what is justice, if they understand what it is, then when they become the lawyer or when they become the judge, they will definitely deliver justice. So the temple of justice is not the court, the temple of justice is law school. That's what he gave the message to me. I remember those words and I promised him that, sir, I will be definitely carrying this message. Though he is not there in the world today, but he is immortal. I know that his judgments, when you read whether it is Shamsher Singh case, where he has interpreted the powers of cabinet with that of President of India, whether it was Maneka Gandhi, where he said about right to life under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution, whether it was Ratla municipality. I don't know how many have really read Justice Krishna Iyer's judgment. It was said that if you read Justice Krishna Iyer's judgment, you have to open the dictionary and read the words. He was such a difficult judge to understand the judgments. If you even now also open and read his judgment in Maneka Gandhi, every word carries a different meaning. He was a master of literature in English. He was a politician, straightaway elevated as the judge of Supreme Court of India. He had that kind of stature. He was a politician, but then he became the judge of the Supreme Court of India, direct elevation. And he gave important judgments, and if you read those judgments, you will have to keep dictionary aside. He was such a man of eminence in literature. And his all judgments in Ratla municipality, which all of you know, which gave the environmental jurisprudence to us. And from there we started precautionary principles and sustainable development. He said, and I quote, that judges shall not sit in the ivory towers. They must go and see in the ground that what is happening. And he said in Ratna municipality case that everybody is having right of clean environment. He said that judges shall go and see what is happening on the roads, how the people are living, what are the conditions of life. If they are sitting in the courtroom, they will not understand what is happening. It is not only politicians shall go and talk to the poor people, but judges also can do it. And he set an example. He went there, he saw with his own eyes, saw the situation on the ground, and then gave the judgment that right of clean environment is a fundamental right. He has given various landmark judgments, and we all know Justice Krishna Iyer's contribution in criminal jurisprudence. And he was the first person to say that bail is the rule, jail is the exception. Bail is the right, jail is the exception. Whenever we see an accused person, we want that the person should be sent behind the bars. But we do not consider that there may be a case which is a false case, and in those cases what will happen to the family members of that particular accused? What will happen to the relatives of that particular accused who is not given bail. He will lose his reputation, he will lose all kind of his freedom which is provided under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. So he said that bail is the rule, jail is the exception. He said that the rule of law must keep pace with the rule of life. What is important is rule of law. Emotions doesn't matter, what is matter is law. And therefore even if we see Salman Salim Khan judgment, the court has given the wisdom there again that emotion doesn't matter. Whatever people say doesn't matter. What is evidence? What is the law? That is important. And therefore he got the benefit of the law, and Salman is free. As you know that his appeal is pending, but then this again that bail is the rule, jail is the exception. And Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer has also said freedom behind bars is part of our constitutional arrest. If wars are too important to be left to the generals, surely prisoners' rights are too precious to be left to the jailers. This is what he said. And he was indeed a great judge who stood even in emergency, and he refused to give stay to the judgment of Indira Gandhi, where Indira Gandhi's election was set aside. He said that I am not going to give stay to that particular judgment. He was a very bold judge. He did not fear to that type of political compulsions of Indira Gandhi that particular time. And he has rendered various landmark judgments which I have already quoted. There are many things which I can say, but finally he said that every man should have only fear, and that fear shall be only of humanity. Let us serve the humanity. Let us see that humanity never dies. Let us see that we all give justice to each one of us. If each one of us we give justice to everybody, we will be happy and we will follow the Constitution in total spirit. This was Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer. And therefore, we thought of having Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer Memorial Lecture. We are having Justice P.N. Bhagwati International Moot Court Competition. All of you know that these two are the legends. When I was a student of law, when I used to read these judgments, I used to feel very much happy that I don't know whether I can meet them or not, but then God has given me opportunity to meet both of them. I met Justice Krishna Iyer, received the award from him, and Justice P.N. Bhagwati came to this law college 3 times for Justice P.N. Bhagwati International Moot Court Competition. So such are the legends. If you get those blessings from these judges, definitely you get an extra edge in your life, and I hope and I believe that seniors, elders who have seen the world and given justice definitely change in the quality of life which